Welcome to Beyond the Review, customer conversations about digital transformation success, presented by Raven Intelligence. I'm your host and the founder and CEO of Raven Intel, Bonnie Tinder. Well, welcome. I'm delighted to be joined by Jake Hammett, Senior Director of UKG Solutions and Strategy at HyBridge Solutions, who is a premier consulting partner of UKG and Infor software. Today, we are going to talk about a recent digital transformation at a large healthcare organization. Jake, welcome. And could you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
I lead solutions and strategy for our UKG project. So I work closely with our business development team to engage with customers early, kind of help lay out what are their business goals, what are their expected outcomes, and how can HyBridge and UKG help them achieve that. So then once projects are underway, I also assist in project oversight, architecting unique solutions, and helping to identify the right tools for certain data requirements.
So HyBridge is rated a 4.9 out of 5 stars by customers on Raven Intelligence. Could you tell us a little bit more about the services that HyBridge Solutions is providing to your customers?
Absolutely. So HyBridge, we are focused around healthcare. That has kind of been the bread and butter of our business, although we also work across all spectrums or all verticals. We primarily do two things, and that's Infor and UKG. And so we work with those products. From an ERP standpoint, we work with the Infor products. And then from a WFM standpoint, we work with the UKG products, as well as the Pro products from a HR suite. So we've been working with both of these pretty much since our inception. So for well over 15 years, and our resources average more than 10 years of experience across the platforms as well. So many of them have actually, been on the operations or the client side, getting into system administration and eventually coming into the consulting world.
That experience as a practitioner and having walked in the shoes of your customers previously is such key experience to have. Jake, could you tell us a little bit about this healthcare system and some of the challenges that they were facing? What were their goals?
So they're a large regional health system. They have over 10,000 employees. 5 hospitals, behavioral health group, a home health presence, large ambulatory footprint, and they also have long-term care. So really serving the full spectrum of healthcare. But that also presents, a lot of challenges because you've got acute care facilities that operate one way, but then you may have ambulatory clinics and rehab facilities that have different operational requirements. So they're just a large kind of regional health system where 10,000 employees went from using telephones, dialing into a number, to actually, leveraging the mobile technology. There were kind of 4 primary goals. One was to replace the existing nurse scheduling system. The other was to decommission the unsupported telephony product for punching. The third one was to enhance the overall employee experience. And the fourth one was to automate some of their manual processes that were in place today. And when we got to the end of the project and you go back and look at that, we absolutely checked all those boxes and then some. So we were able to add even more functionality to the system than was initially kind of expected. And with the mobile app and the functionality that was available there, we were able to lock down everything to their requirements, and then see a very heavy utilization from the employee population of the app for punching, as well as engaging in that app for all the nurse scheduling components as well.
How did the relationship with this customer start? How did they find HyBridge?
We actually engaged with them on their ERP project several years ago. The project was having some challenges. We came in and helped to get them live in a successful manner. That kind of set the stage for them to then engage us for our UKG, or at that time it was Kronos, practice. So we actually did an initial upgrade for them. That was a multi-phase upgrade. There was multiple versions that we had to upgrade through. And then we actually did a secondary upgrade. We did some odds and end projects with them over time. And so it kind of naturally fit over time that when they started to look at dimensions and doing a full transformation, that they came to HyBridge. So we've been engaged with this customer for probably close to 10 years at this point with a long-term relationship. And so it just kind of fit the bill, and UKG and HyBridge were able to partner together and bring the right solution to the customer to fit their business requirements. So we had a fairly small project team. We all worked very closely together from the very beginning to the end of the project, staying in close communication, understanding the temperature of our team as well as the appetite from the operations groups for functionality and what they were looking to get out of this. So it was a very collaborative group. We worked very closely on not just designing the system, but also how do we approach the change management and letting the organization know, hey, what's coming. So we went out and did some road shows alongside some of their sponsors as well to let them know, here's kind of what you're doing today, but here's what's coming in the future. And then laid out a comprehensive training package to help bring them live while also supporting their users while they put in schedules and things of that nature at preparing for the actual go live. And then our team as well as their team were on site at go live, which was really nice as we're all kind of coming out of the COVID era, so to speak, getting back out on site with customers, being able to interact with users as well. Was very good for the entire project team, and it let us quickly address any questions or issues that popped up. And at this stage, all of those have been addressed. There wasn't anything that came up that was, that was of significance.
What were some of the secrets of success, and what advice would you have to a customer that is about ready to do a UKG implementation?
Secrets to success are, making sure that you have a clearly defined path. So, what is your goal? What are you trying to achieve from this project? Then also making sure that you have the right resources assigned to the project. That might be, do you have the right people on staff, or do you need to bring the right people into staff? And then also, do they have the bandwidth allocated for the project? And that goes for any project that we're working on, really, is if you want to be successful, you got to make sure it has the focus. If there's 4 other competing projects going on at the same time, that's going to inherently, pose a risk to your project. So you want to make sure that you have the right time allocation at the right times for the appropriate team members, right? It's not typically going to be 100% of folks' time for the duration of the project, but it's going to ebb and flow, and make sure that you lay that out. And that's part of HyBridge's job, to collaborate with our customers and lay out that expectation to say, okay, hey, we're not going to really need you to do a lot during the configuration window, maybe, but we are going to need you to be heavily engaged for the testing window, because we want to make sure this is, fully vetted. And then as we prepare for go live and all, right, we're going to have training and road shows and the organizational change management. I think that's another piece that shouldn't be overlooked, is the change management aspect. Is your project kind of a like for like, or are you doing a full digital transformation? Are folks going to go from using one method for punching to a totally different one? Is the user experience going to change, or is their paycheck or their time card going to change? Because you want to make sure that you also communicate all of that out clearly and in advance.
The right resources, the right bandwidth, and certainly collaborative and clear communication are really key areas. And thank you for that great advice. Also, for your time today, Jake, and we look forward to seeing many more successful projects for HyBridge on ravenintel.com.